Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 168 hours with me, Hafiz Abdusattar. In the next 30 minutes, we will bring you the most significant happenings of the past 7 days. Stay tuned. President Dr. Mohammad Moez appoints the Ministry of Higher Education, Labour and Skills Development, Dr. Mariam Maria, to temporarily oversee the operations of the Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Welfare. This addition follows the resignation of Dr. Aishat Ramila from her ministerial position due to health reasons.
Dr. Ramila, who assumed office as Minister of Agriculture and Animal Welfare on November 17, 2023, made significant contributions during her tenure. She is currently receiving treatment for cancer and has previously disclosed that her condition has reached an advanced stage. The President has accepted Dr. Ramila's resignation and expressed his deep gratitude for her dedicated service. In a statement, President Mohammad Moez commended Dr. Ramila for her outstanding efforts in advancing the rule of law and fostering prosperity for the people of the Maldives despite her ongoing health challenges. He also extended his appreciation for her invaluable cooperation and commitment to serving the government with integrity. The President acknowledged Dr. Ramila's role as an active, dedicated and capable member of the Cabinet and expressed confidence that she will continue to serve the nation in the future. He also conveyed his heartfelt wishes for her swift and full recovery, offering prayers for her strength, patience and a brighter future ahead.
President Dr. Mohammad Moez holds extensive discussions with local fishermen at the President's office.
During the meeting, members from the fishing community raised several concerns, including their requests for improvement in the fishing industry. Key issues discussed included low fish prices, challenges in obtaining fuel and financing, and difficulties in offloading fish. Additionally, they expressed the need for continued development of the fishing industry in line with the pledge of President Dr. Mohammad Moez. Furthermore, the fishermen also proposed ideas on advancing the fishing industry using modern technology. They engaged in comprehensive discussions highlighting potential strategies which can be utilized for expanding the fishing market and enhancing fish quality. After the meeting, President Dr. Moez assured that the government will work closely with the fishing community to resolve their concerns. He stated that he would take the issues raised during the meeting into serious consideration and prompt action on them. The President affirmed his commitment to working to holding such meetings more frequently.
President Dr. Mohammad Moez, upon the recommendation of the Cabinet, approves the establishment of tobacco cessation clinics across all islands and cities nationwide.
President Dr. Moez approved the establishment of tobacco cessation clinics nationwide during the Cabinet's meeting held on Sunday, following a detailed review of a proposal submitted by the Ministry of Health. In accordance with this decision, the President authorized the provision of all necessary medications to support individuals seeking to quit tobacco use. These medications will be made available through the State Trading Organization (STO) at all city and at all hospitals. Additionally, tobacco cessation services will be classified as preventative health care services. As part of his administration's comprehensive tobacco cessation strategy, the President has already implemented several reforms. These include amendments to the Tobacco Control Act and the Export-Import Act, which have resulted in increased levies on cigarettes, electronic smoking devices and their consumption. These legislative changes are designed to contribute to a sustainable reduction in tobacco use within a 4-year period.
Vice President Hussein Mohammad Latif assures that the administration will not suspend developmental projects initiated by the previous administration.
Reaffirmed that the administration will not suspend developmental projects initiated by the previous administration. Speaking at the inauguration of the new football grounds on Ukuras in Alif Alif Atoll, the Vice President emphasized that these projects would continue at a faster pace. The Vice President stated that President Dr. Mohammad Moez will continue to deliver on his electoral pledge of ensuring that developmental projects initiated by the previous administration that are beneficial for the people will not be hindered or suspended during his government. He also highlighted the administration's commitment to securing necessary funds and ensuring the speedy progress of these projects. The Vice President described the new football ground on Ukulas as a prime example of the administration's dedication to continuing developmental projects without hindrance. He also addressed the needs of the youth, urging them to voice their concerns and promising that the administration would cater to their needs and wishes. Stressing the importance of recognizing and appreciating the youth as the driving force behind the country's advancement, Vice President Latif assured that with the advice from President Dr. Muizz, the administration will try to cater to the needs and wishes of the youth. The Vice President also noted that the administration plans to renovate sports facilities that require maintenance and repair, ensuring they are completed during its term. He specifically noted that there were many sports grounds on various islands that had been left unmaintained and in need of repairs. While the event highlighted the administration's efforts to promote sports facility development across the country, the administration continues to prioritize the development of sports facilities nationwide, aiming to complete several projects by the end of 2025.
The government proposes an amendment to the Drugs Act aimed at confiscating money and property derived from the drug trade.
The bill introduced on behalf of the government by parliamentarian Yusuf Nasheed seeks to enhance the powers of law enforcement agencies to tackle drug possession, use, and related crimes, while also strengthening the treatment system for drug addicts to facilitate their reintegration into the society. Key provisions include the regulation of newly controlled drugs, additional drug-related offences and penalties, and a review of drug court operations. The amendment also proposes increasing the membership of the National Drug Control Council, which currently has 12 members. The amendment to Section 161 of the Act mandates the forfeiture of property and money seized in drug offences to the state. This includes assets used for or obtained through criminal activities. The bill further requires courts to order the forfeiture of money and property linked to drug offences, even if the defendant is not convicted of trafficking. Additionally, the amendment strengthens the power of custom officers and police to combat drug smuggling into Maldives by sea and air.
The government proposes a bill to establish the Attorney General's office as a separate entity outside the Civil Service Commission (CSC). The Attorney General's office bill was introduced to the Parliament by parliamentarian Abdullah Rifau on behalf of the government. The bill aims to create a distinct government office with defined requirements, responsibilities and duties for the Attorney General.
The bill seeks to establish a legal framework for the office operation, including staff appointments. While the Constitution defines the Attorney General's office as an independent body, it has previously operated under CSC, unlike other independent institutions such as the Prosecutor General's office, which are governed by separate laws. The proposed bill notes that employees of the Attorney General office will be categorized into two groups, the legal service and the administrative service. Their salaries and allowances will be determined by the Ministry of Finance in line with policies set by the National Pay Commission. The bill also includes provisions for employee participation in the health insurance system and eligibility for honorary retirement benefits under the retirement rules. This move follows the separation of the Foreign Ministry from the Civil Service under the Foreign Service Act enacted in 2021. By establishing the Attorney General's office as an independent entity, the government aims to ensure a more specialized and effective legal framework for its operations.
Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim announces that tobacco cessation treatment will be covered under the National Insurance Scheme, Asanda.
Tobacco cessation treatment is a service provided to individuals addicted to smoking but who are willing to quit the habit. Following the recommendation of the Cabinet, President Dr. Mohammad Muizz decided that all health service providers nationwide will provide tobacco cessation treatment. This decision was made on October 17th, aiming to minimize the usage of tobacco. Speaking at a press conference, Minister Nazim stated that a quick line has been established to ensure the provision of tobacco cessation services more conveniently, noting that the quick line can be used from December 8 onwards. The quick line 1676 will be operational around the clock. The minister revealed that employees have now been trained to provide efficient tobacco cessation treatment. In addition to providing services via call, the quick line will facilitate the dissemination of information pertaining to reducing nicotine addiction. The minister also stated that a budget has been allocated for implementing this initiative nationwide. He revealed his vision of all trainees under the initiative to complete the training within the next 2 or 3 months. Presently, tobacco cessation treatment is provided from 3 hospitals in Mala City and Damanavashi, a community health service provider. Arrangements have been made such that the treatment can also be received from 48 various health centers across the atolls. Under the government's efforts to control the use of tobacco, it has taken several important steps, including bringing amendments to the Tobacco Control Act and the Export-Import Act. This in turn has brought significant changes to importation of vaping devices, electronic cigarettes and complementary products, and the penalties imposed on the utilization of such products. As such, the importation of vaping devices and e-cigarettes have been banned since November 15th, while the sale and usage of such products will be prohibited from December 15th onwards. The government has decided to ensure the strict implementation of these legislations with heavy penalties imposed for law offenders.
Asanda Company Limited, the national health insurance provider, assures that it will continue to cover medications previously included in the health insurance scheme. The assurance follows public concerns over the lack of coverage for certain medicines that were previously insured.
Asanda, in a statement, reassured the public that all medicines previously covered will remain insured. The company also stated that a list of covered medications can be accessed on its website. The company also insisted that there will be no extra charges for medicines imported to the Maldives through bulk procurement this year. Asanda further clarified that any medicines not covered by the insurance scheme will be clearly marked as not covered on the medical prescription. It urged the public to report pharmacies charging for prescription medicine that is covered under the insurance scheme. Significant reforms are being introduced to the National Health Insurance Scheme to improve services and ensure sustainability. As part of these reform efforts, price adjustments have been made for 250 high-cost medicines. The government is also taking measures to reduce wastage within the system. Asanda's annual expenditure amounts to approximately $194.6 million, with the majority of costs associated with purchasing medications. To address this, efforts are underway to import high-quality medicine through bulk procurement.
The Commissioner of Police, Ali Sujau, states that investigations into drug dealers will be expedited, with results expected to be seen soon. This announcement was made during his appearance on a special program of PSM News.
In his remarks, Commissioner Sujau highlighted the significant efforts made over the past year to build public trust. Since assuming the position, he has been working under the supervision of the Minister of Homeland Security and Technology, Ali Ihsan, to implement the strategic action plan. This plan prioritizes the prevention of drug-related crimes and major gang activities. The Commissioner outlined the achievements of the police force over the past year, including the seizure of a significant quantity of drugs and alcohol. Several locations involved in illegal drug trade operations have also been shut down by the police. The force has already closed over 40 such establishments, with some potential reopening in the future. The Police Commissioner further emphasized that a comprehensive solution to the drug problem requires addressing the key figures involved in the trade. Efforts are ongoing and the public will soon see positive results. Additionally, steps are being taken to strengthen the country's drug treatment systems. To effectively combat the drug trade, the police are focusing on dismantling the smuggling networks behind the distribution of illegal substances. Investigations into these networks are underway to identify the individuals responsible.
Maldives Qualification Authority MQA sets a 50% pass rate requirement for the controlled assessments in order to pass a course. With this addition, it has amended the guidelines for program accreditation.
The practice of students outsourcing their assignments and assessments during the course is a concerning issue which has been growing over time. To address this issue, MQA announced that students must obtain a 50% pass rate for all controlled assessments in order to pass the course. The amendment brought to the guideline includes requirements for conducting courses which were previously conducted in higher education institutions. This includes clarifying the assessment components and criteria for each unit or module of a program and mandating students to produce at least one work of their own, written or otherwise, that will assess the student's ability. Additionally, all modules of programs, excluding Masters by Research, must include assessments equivalent to at least 50% of the aggregate marks in assessment conditions. This includes exams which are 50% supervised, timed, and controlled, regardless of the delivery modality. Furthermore, a duration for open book examinations must be set under the regulations. It further directs to reduce the involvement of third-party assistants in preparing assignments and states that no module should include all home-written assignments. Currently, some institutions award between 40% and 70% of the total grade based on assignments alone, with some even allowing students to pass courses entirely through assignments without exams. The practice has resulted in students earning degrees without fully engaging in their academic work. As a result, courses relying entirely on assignments have now been discontinued. Moreover, the procedure of dealing with complaints about higher education and training institutions prohibits students from offering or completing academic work in exchange for payment or other compensation. Violations of the regulation will result in a fine of $324 and further disciplinary action against the student. Those who assist in violating the regulations will also be fined a sum of $648.
Managing Director of Fenaka Corporation Limited, Muaz Muhammad Rashid, expresses confidence in the repayments of all debts of the corporation by the year 2027, provided the necessary concessions are granted.
Fenaka revealed that when the new management took over, the corporation's debt stood at $279 million. As a result, Fenaka has faced substantial debt repayment costs, contributing to its deteriorating financial situation. The current administration is actively working to resolve these financial challenges. Speaking to PSM News, Managing Director Muaz criticized the previous management for hiring more staff than necessary, taking out high-interest loans and accumulating outstanding bills related to fuel. He emphasized that such poor decisions have led to the corporation's excessive expenditure. While Fenaka generates approximately $13.8 million in revenue each month, it also faces additional monthly costs of about $5.51 million. Muaz also pointed out that Fenaka's financial difficulties cannot be overcome solely through its existing revenue. Highlighting that although sewerage services are provided free of charge to residents, the operational costs for these services are high. Muaz stressed the need for government subsidies to address this issue. Additionally, Muaz revealed that support from the Ministry of Finance is necessary to restructure two loans totaling $25.9 million, which were taken by the previous management from the Maldives Islamic Bank (MIB). He also highlighted the critical need for regular payment from government agencies and various state-owned enterprises for services provided by Fenaka. Muaz expressed optimism that with the implementation of these concessions, Fenaka would be able to clear all outstanding debts by 2027.
The Housing Development Corporation HDC announces the availability of 10 additional plots of land for sale in Hulumale Phase 2. These plots are located along the beachfront and beach side of the second phase, with 3 plots on the beachfront and 7 plots on the beach side.
HDC disclosed that the beachfront plots will range in size from 1,559 to 3,215 acres, while the beachside plots will range from 1,230 to 1,534 acres. The land is situated near the area designated for kiosks allocated to commercial snack vendors. The start bidding price for the beachfront land is $291, and for the beachside land it is $258.94. Applicants are permitted to apply for more than one plot. Eligibility to participate in the bidding process is open to individuals aged 18 or older. However, only Maldivian nationals may apply, and bids will be accepted exclusively from companies with 100% Maldivian ownership. Earlier this month, the HDC also made 8 plots of land available for sale for various purposes. As part of the master plan for Hulumale Phase 2, the HDC is allocating land for mixed residential or private housing projects, as well as for special buildings intended for various business purposes.
And that's all we have for this hour. Thank you for watching. Wish you all a very pleasant time ahead.